AITA for legally changing my name to my HOA president's name after he fined me $75 for unauthorized joy? Buckle up. I, 38M, live in an HOA ruled by a man I'll call Gary because that's his name. And by the end of this post, it's also mine. Gary once measured my grass with a laser level. Gary fined the widow next door because her wind chimes were sonically non-compliant. Last spring, Gary fined Emmy $75 because my daughter drew a sun on our driveway in chalk. Violation category, and I'm quoting the citation, unapproved exterior decoration. Joy. The word joy was on the citation, in parentheses, like a genus classification. I paid it. Then I entered my villain era. See, our HOA bylaws, which I read in full, all 340 pages, like an absolute sicko, say official complaints must identify the violator by legal name and lot number. They also say, in a clause written in 1987 by someone who never imagined me, that no two lots may be registered to identically named owners to prevent record confusion. If a name conflict exists, all enforcement actions against that name are frozen until the HOA resolves the ambiguity at its own administrative expense. $212 at the county courthouse, 6 weeks of processing. My name is now legally Gary Cum Monster, his last name. The first fine after my paperwork cleared, mine for a non-regulation doormat, got mailed to his house because the management company's software matched the name and picked the older lot record. Gary marched to the office to contest a fine against Gary, and the system flagged it as Gary disputing Gary, which triggered a conflict of interest hold on Gary. All Garys, both of us. Every enforcement action in the neighborhood involving a Gary is now frozen in administrative amber. It gets worse, better. HOA board elections were last month. Ballots list candidates by legal name. I ran. The ballot said Gary, last name twice. Nobody knew which was which. Confused neighbors, many of whom have chime-related grudges, split the vote so badly that both Garys got elected, and the bylaws have no procedure for this, because of course they don't. The bylaws were written to oppress wind chimes, not to handle mitosis. So now board meetings require Gary, not you, the other one, to be said into official minutes. The management company charges the HOA $95 per hour to untangle our records, which is draining the fine fund Gary spent a decade hoarding. Last meeting, he demanded a bylaw amendment forcing me to change my name back. It failed because bylaw amendments require a unanimous board vote, and one board member, a handsome chalk-positive man named Gary, voted no. My daughter has drawn 11 sons on the driveway. There is nothing he can do. Enforcement is frozen. The widow's wind chimes have returned, and I'm told they've never chimed louder. My wife says I've taken this too far, and also that she's never been more attracted to me. Gary, original flavor, glares at me across the cul-de-sac every morning while I wave and shout, "Morning, Gary!" And he can't respond without acknowledging the horror that we are one. So AITA? Legally, I can't be. Any complaint filed against me goes to both of us.